Monday night in Detroit, the Pistons ran over the Wolves 112-98, led by Grant Hill's triple-double performance. Following the game, Wolves coach Flip Saunders challenged his team, saying the next 2 games will determine if Minnesota really belongs in the playoffs. And to see how his team stacks up against the top teams in the league, the first test is today at Target Center, where the Wolves face the Miami Heat and their MVP candidate Tim Hardaway. The Wolves and Heat are next. Today, live from Target Center, the Timberwolves battle Tim Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning, and the Miami Heat. Hello again, everybody. I'm Tom Hanneman. A matinee matchup for the Wolves today here at Target Center against a Miami team living up to its name. They are hot, winners of 5 straight, and now atop the Atlantic Division. Clearly, beating Miami will be a real challenge for the Wolves. And Flip Saunders, in an article that appeared in today's paper, challenged his team to step up against the playoff-bound Miami team.
Well, what did I say? I didn't read the paper, so I don't really know. I mean, I did talk to our players about that. Tonight's game and our next games will decide whether we are really actually contenders for a playoff spot or whether we're basically pretenders. And it's not even I told the players from the standpoint of winning the game. It's a matter of going out against a team like Miami and going out and competing with them and being in the ball game and playing as well as we can. That's more than anything else what I'm looking for out of our team.
Miami has the 3rd best record in the NBA right now at 50-17, and they are 16 wins ahead of their pace of last year, biggest improvement in the league. Wolves close behind, 11 wins ahead of last year's schedule right now. But no team is playing better basketball at this point than Clem Haskins' Minnesota Gophers. You saw yesterday the rally to beat UCLA and move on to the Final Four next Saturday against Kentucky. Congratulations to Clem and all of his players. A former player here today for Miami, Vashawn Leonard, who's standing by right now with our Leah Bergen-Olsen.
All right, thanks, Hanny. Vashawn, we have to ask you about the Gophers. Do you think they're going to go all the way?
I think they're going to do a pretty good job there in the Final Four. You know, they're a young team, so it's a great experience for them, also a learning experience.
Vashawn, you've had a great season this year with Miami, starting for one of the best teams in the NBA. Do you feel like you finally found your place at home in Miami?
I do. I feel real comfortable. You know, we have some guys on this team, you know, that come out, you know, that's not selfish. So anytime you have, you know, a bunch of guys like that that's not selfish, you know, it makes your job a lot easier when you come out every day.
All right. Well, thanks for spending some time with us. Let's go courtside to Trent and Kevin.
All right, Leah, thank you very much. A very tough week for the Timberwolves coming up.
A very tough week. That's why this game today is a must-win game for them. They need to build some confidence as they head west next week.
And as Tom was saying, this Miami team has won 5 games. They're going to get Alonzo Mourning back today. They've gone 9-4 without him. This team with Alonzo Mourning is devastating.
It's a devastating ball club. Now they have a strong inside player to go along with a great point guard in Tim Hardaway and a hot shooter in Vashawn Leonard.
Wolves and Heat. Let's go back to Tom.
All right, Kev, a good news, bad news story for Minnesota today as Doug West returns from his back injury this afternoon, but Miami also has Alonzo Mourning returning. From Target Center, Wolves and Heat coming up next.
Welcome back, everyone. Courtside of the Target Center here in downtown Minneapolis with Tom Hanneman and Trent Tucker. This is Kevin Harlan. Miami, one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now. They've won 5 consecutive games. The Timberwolves looking for their 3rd consecutive home win. Now today's Miller Genuine Draft starting lineups will begin at the point guard, and this will be a huge battle today. Timmy Hardaway against Stephon Marbury.
Stephon must try and contain Tim Hardaway's penetration, and he must make Tim Hardaway play defense.
At the off guard today, Vashawn Leonard, who has been a great 3-point shooter for this Miami team, will take on Hollywood Robinson.
Like all great 3-point shooters, they love to shoot 3-point shots in transition. So James Robinson must find Vashawn Leonard in transition.
On the small forward, you have Keith Askin. B.J. Brown is not here against Kevin Garnett.
Askin, a very good defender. KG must take him to the block.
At the power forwards. Jamal Mashburn was picked up in a trade mid-season with Dallas against Tom Gugliotta.
The Timberwolves should look to go to Goog on the inside very early and try to draw fouls on Mashburn.
And although Alonzo Mourning is here, Isaac Austin will be starting alongside Dean Garrett on the front line.
Ike Austin, what a story. Nice player for the Miami Heat. A great pickup. Dean Garrett needs to be strong on the defensive end.
Now let's look at today's keys to the game, brought to you by your local Heartland Chevrolet Geo dealer. Quick start is a must.
Need a quick start to build some confidence early and get this game in their favor.
And the tempo seems to be everything, and that, of course, points directly to Stephon Marbury.
He needs to control the tempo, make sure the offense is ran smoothly, and don't turn the ball over.
And when you mean play real hard, are you talking about passion, intensity, and all the things that winning teams always show?
Play with the love for the game. When things don't go well, continue to work and try to turn things in your favor.
This game today begins a brutal stretch at Houston Tuesday, at Denver on Wednesday, in Seattle Friday, and at Golden State on Easter night. That'll be tough, and Minnesota has had a rugged time of late. Pat Riley is the coach of the Miami Heat. There may not be a better coach in the NBA. You played with him and under him at New York.
Perhaps the coach of the year. I mean, he knows how to get his team prepared to play. His players respond to him, and when you're a coach, that's what you look for. Will your players buy into what you're trying to teach them?
They are so prepared. I think that's the one thing that really stands out about a Pat Riley team.
Pat Riley believes that, hey, if I lose the basketball game, I will not be unprepared. It will be because the team is just that much better.
You can look at some of the things that he has accomplished. First coast-to-coast, back-to-back winning seasons with Miami, and he's coached teams to 60-win seasons 6 times, including Los Angeles and in New York. And there's Flip Saunders, hoping to duplicate a lot of the things that Pat Riley has done. Saunders has said openly many times he admires the way Riley coaches, and that might be a nice grade for all guys, all coaches in the league to measure themselves against.
Take a guy like Ike Austin, who was overweight in Utah. He comes to Miami, and Pat Riley says, hey, if you want to be on this basketball team, these are the things that you must do to get yourself in shape to play basketball. Ike Austin did those things, and now he's having a great season for the Heat. Doug West is in uniform tonight for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he will see some time. How much time is yet to be determined. Referees today here at the Target Center: Joe Forty, Nolan Fine, and Leon Wood. Joe Forty will be the crew chief. Heat leading the all-time series 9-5, and this is the first meeting this season between these two teams. The next meeting will take place in Miami on April 14th, a Monday night, and that would be the last week of the regular season, and it could be a huge game for both these two teams. Yes, it could. So the Timberwolves now need to get things started and headed in the right direction today. Red uniforms that Pat Riley adopted for the Chicago Bulls. Isaac Austin has it rejected inside by Dean Garrett. That's what the Timberwolves needed. A strong start on the defensive end. Marbury inside to Kevin Garnett. Working on Mashburn. Garnett. Rebound by Isaac Austin, who has done a great job taking the place of Alonzo Mourning. Hardaway. Austin, who's got that kind of range to his shot, stands on it. Rebound by Gugliotta, and the tempo already up-tempo for Minnesota. The Timberwolves needs to get into their offense quickly and try to get some easy baskets. Throwaway right there, picked up by Miami, taken by Mashburn. Who's left open? That's the wrong guy to leave open. Rashawn Leonard, one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. He's got great balance on his shot. A smooth shooter.
20-second timeout, Minnesota.
20-second timeout taken by the Timberwolves. Dean Garrett asked to fix his pants. It looked like they were falling down. And that is something you never want to happen. Well, the next 5 games for the Timberwolves, as we said, at Houston, at Denver, at Seattle, at Golden State. The next home game will be Wednesday, April 2nd, after the Gophers win the Final Four in the national championship in college basketball. Come back to the Timberwolves home on Wednesday, April 2nd, when New Jersey is in town. By the way, for tickets to Wolves games at home, check the Target Center box office. Ticketmaster. Call 612-989-5151. Marbury working on Hardaway. Gugliotta sheds Askins, takes it into 3 defenders, including Jamal Mashburn. And a whistle and a foul blown on Miami.
I like the aggressiveness of Gugliotta. I like his demeanor today. It seems like he's into this basketball game. He has his quickness back.
Well, they brought the baby home from the hospital. He said he is getting some sleep. He said Nikki isn't getting all the kind of sleep she'd like to have, but Robinson puts one up with the miss, and he finally goes in with the great bounce off the rim.
That's a shooter's bounce.
We're tied at 3. Isaac Austin is off to Vashawn Leonard. Basically uncovered with the nice screen. It's a 3, and a screen set up by Isaac Austin opened up the door.
When they run that screen and roll with Vashawn Leonard and Ike Austin, Dean Garrett must step up quickly.
Kevin Garnett. Rebound by Hardaway. Top guard coming out of college the year that he went out, and inside he leans. Mashburn cannot pick up the 2, but does pick up the foul on Minnesota's defense.
It's a great pass by Tim Hardaway. Nice post up by Jamal Mashburn.
Mashburn has played today his 18th game with Miami. He is shooting 71% from the free throw line with Miami, as opposed to 67% with Dallas beforehand.
You know, when you're a great offensive player and the ball is in your hands a great deal, you must be a good foul shooter.
2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Gugliotta, the spin with a great move inside, can't get it to go. Rebound by Keith Askins, an original Miami Heat player. Mashburn works in on Kevin Garnett and finds Askins, who outduels Gugliotta, and Mashburn gets it back. Shot clock down to 10. Jamal dancing into Gugliotta. That's the shot. Robinson cleans it up for the Timberwolves.
Very good defense by Tommy G.
Marbury outside nicely to Kevin Garnett with a lovely run down the baseline.
Nice decision by KG. He had the 17-footer, didn't feel comfortable, moved into about 14-foot, and knocked down the jump shot.
Miami is led by 5. Their lead now at 3. Hardaway, Isaac Austin, back to Vashawn Leonard. Already a couple threes in his pocket, out of bounds to go.
James Robinson can't turn his head and chase the basketball. He must stay home with Vashawn Leonard at all times.
Minnesota has started 2 of 5 from the field. Marbury is yet to score. Gugliotta has to bump hard into Askins down low.
It's a very physical game. The Miami Heat loves to play up-tempo defense, in-your-face defense. So the Timberwolves must take care of the basketball.
Foul called on Askins. 7-4. Minnesota trails. Marbury to Gugliotta. Good move into Askins. Great feed to give.
Nice play by Tommy G. Great penetration. Draw the defense and make the extra pass.
7-6. Miami leads by 1. The Heat 2 of 6 from the field, but they've hit 2 threes. Hardaway on the isolation against Marbury. Quick double by Robinson. Googs came over to help as well. Nice defense by Minnesota, and a foul called on Miami. It's a loose ball foul. Isaac Austin inside, guilty.
You know, Tim Hardaway is a great post-up player for a point guard. The Timberwolves must recognize that to help and keep Stephon Marbury away from foul trouble.
8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Garnett looking for a move, working on Askins. Outside Marbury for 3.
He's got to look for his shot when it's there. When he penetrates too deep, sometimes the defense can take away his penetration. He needs to stop and pop for the jump shot.
Minnesota's got their first lead today, 9-7. Knocked away inside. Minnesota's got numbers 3-on-1. Robinson by himself down the lane.
I tempo of the Timberwolves defense. They are sharp and they are very alert.
So we've had a 9-point turnaround in this first quarter where Minnesota now leads it 11-7. Hardaway working on Marbury. There was a screen. There's a foul, and it's called on Stephon. Picks up his first.
I like the way he fought over that screen, though. He went through that screen, and he didn't get stuck on the screen. This is great defense by Gugliotta to pick off that ball in the passing lane. Nice decision to get the ball to James Robinson for the finish.
Sean Leonard just hit one right of the key. That brings Miami to within 2, 11-9, with 7:10 left in the first quarter. Marbury to Garnett. Wolves on a good run right now. Garnett inside. And get it to go. Tapping try by Garrett, who had to fend off 3 Miami Heat players. And it came up empty. Leonard the other way for Miami. Robinson on Leonard. Trying to keep him outside, but Leonard with all that shifting and maneuvering to Austin outside. I told Jack Austin could hit that outside jump shot, which surprises a lot of people.
I mean, he can step out and knock down that shot. When a big player can step out and knock down 15-footers, that makes him a very effective player. Now the big defensive guys have got to come outside to defend him.
6.5 now to play in the first quarter. Gugliotta hits the jump shot from outside, and Tom has got his first 2 points today.
Good decision by Stephon Marbury. The Miami Heat will trap the pick and roll every time. Nice quick pass to Tom Gugliotta.
13-11. Minnesota leads by 2. Isaac Austin. Into Garrett, hustling him backwards, and there's the foul.
That's good defense by Dean Garrett. He stayed patient, he stayed down, he picked up the offensive foul.
Take a break. Minnesota trailed by 5. They led by 4. Now they lead by 2, 13-11.
Tom Hanneman back at target center during the timeout. Cliff Saunders very pleased with the initial effort he has seen, especially defensively by his club after challenging them today in the morning paper. See whether they be contenders or pretenders. The only thing he's got to be concerned about right now is the Achilles heel for the team. That has been perimeter shooting, in this case with Sean Leonard, who has pretty much had his way from outside the arc.
Tom, the former Gopher, is 12th in the NBA in three-point percentage at almost 42% on his shots outside the arc.
When you got a strong inside game with Alonzo Mourning and a great penetrator in Tim Hardaway, that will open up the three-point shot.
Here's Gugliotta into Dean Garrett. He comes up with his second basket today, and Minnesota back to a lead of 4.
The Timberwolves have a different passion for this game. You can see how quick they are, how alive their bodies are, and they're making good, quick passes with the basketball.
Marbury again fights through a Mashburn screen. Leonard, boy, he's been hot, and he continues that way. Outside, inside for Sean Leonard. Leads Miami to now to a 2-point deficit.
I mean, he's been on a very good offensive role for this Miami Heat team.
Gugliotta triple teamed Alonzo Mourning in the game, and he forced the turnover. First time Alonzo Mourning has played since late February. He's back in. That torn tendon and muscle on his right arm. Jump shot, Hardaway, and a rebound by Garrett. Dean now has 1 rebound. Robinson into Garnett, working on Mashburn. Gugliotta faces the defense of Keith Haskins, but he hits the jump shot nonetheless.
You can see how alive Tommy G is. He's got the spirit back in his game.
Gugliotta, 4 points, 3 assists, a rebound, a steal in 7 minutes. Whistle down low, blown on Minnesota.
You know, Kev, anytime you're guarding a player who runs off screens, sometimes 2 and 3, he's very tough to defend. As you see, Doug West comes in the game now for James Hollywood Robinson.
Robinson picks up his first personal foul. Good to see Doug West in the game. It's been a while since Doug has been there. He's played the last 5. Here's Hardaway. Haskins. Alonzo Mourning has been practicing over the last week with this team with a little shove right there by Dean Garrett. Who knew it? Draws the personal foul.
Now that Miami Heat have that dominating inside player again with Mourning back in the lineup.
One time, Alonzo Mourning was out. Dan Marley, who is still out with back surgery, and back surgery has sidetracked Jerry Grant. This is a player they need to have if they're going to make a statement in the playoffs.
Yes, it is. They need that go-to guy who can play big-time basketball at playoff time.
Mashburn, he maneuvered for a shot. Rebound by Garrett. That's his third rebound. And Marbury takes it all the way through traffic and right to the rack with a good-looking play.
No one stopped the penetration, so Stephon Marbury took advantage of the penetration with the basketball for a nice 2 points.
Minnesota by 6, their biggest lead today. Leonard. He has been unstoppable. That's his 12th point right there. 5 of 6 from the field. And he'll be at the free throw line.
And if Rashawn Leonard can add that bounce to his game and take the ball strong to the basket, he could develop to be an all-star type player in this league.
Sure, he declared himself eligible for the draft. Remember all that nonsense he had to go through, then he returned to school. Milwaukee, CBA, he's been around a little bit. That's where he was plucked from for this Miami team, the CBA. Riley saw something he liked, and obviously he has proven to be very, very good. West inside for Gugliotta, knocked away by Askins. 13 to shoot, 3:40 in the first.
When you got strong inside players like Mourning, a great penetrator like Hardaway, you need someone who can shoot the ball from the outside, and Rashawn Leonard has found a place in Miami.
Minnesota is shooting 69% from the field, and they lead it by 4. 19-15, a 3 by Marbury off the rim, and a good-looking rebound by Garrett. Off to Garnett, Askins is on him. No double either. They're going with the isolation. And Garnett just ate him alive.
Nice move by Kevin Garnett. Going to the ball fake and then ducking under for the left-hand layup.
We can safely say that is the last time today that Kevin Garnett will be left one-on-one with anybody. Miami's defense. Hardaway with the miss. Rebound by Kevin Garnett. Snares it. That's his first rebound of the day. 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Garnett, that time he's doubled and shoved around just a bit. They got physical, and he misses the shot. Rashford in the other direction. 3 on 3. Lost the ball. Here comes Marbury. Askins trailing, and Stephon makes it go! Oh, baby, what a play!
Great concentration by Stephon Marbury as he felt Keith Askins coming up from the backside. He went to the opposite side of the glass for a nice lay-in.
Minnesota leads by 8, 23 to 15. This is the Timberwolves Television Network. 23-15 the score. Minnesota leads it by 8. We've had a 13-point turnaround in the first quarter. Keith Askins that time was chasing a runaway Stephon Marbury.
And the reason the official called this call is because when the ball slipped from Stephon Marbury's hand, the official automatically believed that Keith Askins had to touch Stephon Marbury.
Well, Askins is out of the game. They bring in Mark Strickland. Strickland is a forward, a second-year player from Temple. Minnesota by 9, biggest first quarter lead.
Very good decision by the Timberwolves to double-team Tim Hardaway in the backcourt. Make someone else handle the basketball.
Sean Leonard gets it out to Hardaway, who's got no points and continues that way. Tapped up and in by either Mashburn or Strickland. And they give it to Strickland.
Nice work on the offensive glass by Strickland.
2:20 left in the first. West from Gugliotta. Foul against Miami, loose ball foul.
In the matchup with Gugliotta and Mashburn, I would love to see the Timberwolves exploit Gugliotta one-on-one so he can take advantage of Mashburn on the block.
Alonzo Mourning picks up the foul. Here's Doug West for Minnesota. And his wife welcoming home a 6-pound baby boy. Doug, who has had the lower back strain, but it is better, but he says it won't be completely healed, Trent, until after the season when he's had some prolonged rest.
And because he can't get enough rest to heal that back, Too many games in the NBA just don't give you enough time to heal.
Wolves have led by 9. They lead by 8, 25-17. Leonard to Morton.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Outside, Mashburn puts in a 3 for Miami. He's got 7, the Heat to within 5.
Nice decision by Alonzo Mourning. He felt the double team. He made the extra pass.
Inside, Doug West can't hit. Mourning is held by West and a foul called on Doug.
You can tell Doug has been out for a while. He's getting great post-up position on Rashawn Leonard. He just can't finish yet. He just don't have his rhythm.
From the free throw line today, Miami 1 of 3, Minnesota 2 of 3. So pretty quick moving first quarter. Here's Alonzo Mourning at the free throw line. Played college basketball for John Thompson at Georgetown. Went to Charlotte in the draft. Then they sent him to Miami. And the importance with which Pat Riley has put Alonzo Mourning gives you a good feel of how this team has been built. It has been built around Alonzo Mourning.
And Pat Riley over the years has always believed that a big center, strong guy inside is where you should build your team. In LA, he had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In New York, he had Patrick Ewing.
4-point game. Guglielmo. One-on-one with Mashburn. And left that way, and again, Minnesota's big scorers inside have had the isolation. They have usually cashed in.
There's no way that Mashburn can handle Googs one-on-one in the paint.
118, first quarter. Mourning. He's got a point, and now 3 with a nice hook inside. Very soft field shot.
He's very strong going to his right. So Dean Garrett will try and force Alonzo Mourning to go the other way.
On it to West, and West to Garrett inside, saves it from going out of bounds, but throws it right back to Miami. Here comes Strickland. Minnesota's got 3 turnovers. Miami's got 3. Mashburn, good fake by Garnett, bouncing inside. Strickland collides with Guglielmo and the foul.
Nice ball fake by Mashburn to get KG off his feet. Nice penetration, nice bounce pass, nice offensive play by Jamal Mashburn.
Strickland at the line, shooting 2 for the Heat.
Strickland, 2 years out of Temple, never drafted in the NBA. He's played in the USPL, the CBA.
Timberwolves should look to find the mismatch on the offensive end. Continue to go to Tom Guglielmo. If they continue to play one-on-one basketball, let Googs go to work.
7-24, 3-point game. Holds on top, 40 seconds left in the first half. Everybody works in the Mashburn outside the Googs. Oh! Tries to put it in with as much ferocity as he can. You know, everybody was glued on top and Guglielmo was left free.
And that's how you finish in the NBA.
Wow. By Nova out of bounds, and it's Miami's fault.
Alonzo Mourning is getting great position on Dean Garrett. So now the Timberwolves may have to come with a double team and make Alonzo Mourning pass the basketball.
16 seconds to play in the first quarter. I'll try for the final shot. Mourning set the screen. Mourning draws the foul.
Alonzo Mourning is telling Rashawn Leonard, let me get set first before you make your move.
Back in the game for the Timberwolves, number 26, Hollywood Robinson.
Robinson, who started today, back in the game. Garrett will lead. Robinson with time to get that shot away. It'll be a 3. Good if it goes. It's tied!
James Hollywood Robinson.
At the end of one, Minnesota has built up another 8-point lead, 32-24. This is the Timberwolves television network. We begin the second quarter with Hollywood Robinson being called for a tee after the three-point buzzer-beating shot. And with 1 point right there at the free throw line, it's 32-25. So a tee on Hollywood. He's taken out. He was brought in just to shoot the shot. He did what he had to do, and then he had to kind of put a punctuation on it with a few words to the Miami team.
You know, he excelled in those types of situations. 4 or 5 seconds on the game clock. He's very good at getting off a quick shot.
Mitchell to Guglielmo. Strickland was inside and picks up Googs. The good double by Mashburn. Nice recognition. There goes Mitchell with the shot. And Sam Mitchell, has been on a great shooting binge over the last 3 games.
Great recognition by Tommy G, but Sam Mitchell was prepared to shoot the basketball. That's why he is shooting so well.
Mourning with a good-looking fadeaway.
Lonzo Mourning is back.
5 points, 2 rebounds in 7 minutes. West back in. Great feed to Googs. Blocked by Strickland and a foul.
The Timberwolves are moving the basketball around the horn very quickly. They also have their bodies moving. So when you got those two combinations working for you, it's a good sign to see.
Goes to Sean Leonard, the former Golden Gopher star, and in his place comes Willie Anderson, initial early pick out of Georgia by San Antonio, and then Coach Larry Brown. Here's Tom Guglielmo.
He's had some leg problems the last few years. He broke his leg in San Antonio, and he moved on and played with the Knicks for a while. And Pat Riley liked him when he was in New York, and he decided, hey, Willie, come on down to Miami. I'll give you another shot.
13 points is what Guglielmo has averaged the last 8 games. In the previous 9, he was averaging 23, while they're dropping 10 points a game.
You know, Gooch was struggling for a while, but now he seemed to be back. He has that passion again for the game.
Shooting. 1 minute gone here in the second. Hardaway stripped the ball inside by Marbury. Picked up by Guglielmo. Marbury will try to finish. Side swipe by Mashburn. A foul called on Jamal.
Nice defensive work by the Timberwolves. Kevin, it's amazing to have your power forward handle the ball on the break, and then he can make the right decision with the basketball. Good work by the Timberwolves on defense. And look at this, Tommy G making a nice pass to Stephon Marbury.
Talked the other night with Dean Garrett about this team, and I had mentioned to him that when this team comes out loose, and you see the comparison of the 2-point guards today, 8-3 against 1-3. And he said the looseness, this is Dean Garrett talking now, he said the looseness is attributed strictly to the play of Martin. When he comes out loose, the entire team gets that way. When he doesn't, and it's a bit more tight, whatever you want to say about the way he comes out, it's not the same.
This team takes on his personality.
And he's 20 years old.
That's the other amazing thing.
Yeah, that's so amazing. Anderson for 3. Rebound by Guglielmo. Timberwolves holding on to their biggest lead of the game, 38-27. 10.5 to play in the first half. Marbury with a nice little move around Hardaway, and he takes it up, but he can't get it to go. Rebound by Alonzo Mourning. That's his 3rd. Hardaway to Mourning, who never broke stride. Oh, and down goes O. And here he comes back up again to talk to Dean Garrett.
Alonzo Mourning working hard to run the floor. It's a great pass by Tim Hardaway. Nice hard foul by Dean Garrett.
And Pat Riley none too happy with all that. As Mitchell and Riley are out there talking now, and they're arguing. And they're taking Flip Saunders off the floor.
Just a good hard foul going to the basket.
Well, for a guy who's been on the DL for 13 games, I think any little bump or bruise is going to appear to be, major. And I can see the point of view from both sides. Garnett and Guglielmo inside have got to make their presence felt, because it is no lie that Pat Riley gets this team to play a very physical style.
I mean, he played that way in New York. I mean, the Knicks was very physical. When you went to the basket, they knocked you down, and they knocked you down hard. And so he shouldn't have any problem when his players go to the basket and the same punishment is dished out. Just another foul in the NBA.
He was just off
came down awkward, that's all.
He's just off balance. I like Mitchell and Riley out there jawing at each other.
A little dialogue.
That was good.
Pat Riley is a guy who's very competitive. Sam Mitchell is another guy who's very competitive.
Leonard will take the place of Strickland. So Miami again wants to get a little bit more offense going, get that outside game. Maybe Alonzo Mourning can trigger things. And here comes Kevin Garnett. As the chess match continues, I don't know if anybody substitutes more than Pat Riley.
I mean, that's why he brings these types of players in. Guys who can change position, who can play different positions at any time on the floor. Pat Riley is always looking for a mismatch.
10-point game. Mourning hits the first free throw. He's got 6, give him 7 points in 8 minutes with 3 rebounds. Back for the first time since late February. The same kind of injury really that Michael Williams has. Aubrey gets it off to Doug West. Now they're Mitchell, Garnett, and Garrett. Gugliotta's on the bench. The spinner by Kevin will not fly. It's picked up by Deshaun Leonard.
Kevin Garnett is one step away from his comfort zone. He needs to get closer to the basket.
Mourning into Garrett. Doubled by Mitchell. Smart move, but there's a great pass. They're going to count it for 2. That ball didn't even get above the rim.
That ball wasn't going in.
That ball was beneath the rim and held. Again, watch it again.
That ball had no chance of going in. Nope, that's just a great rebound.
Counted for 2, and it's 38-31 with Minnesota on top. Now by 7 here in the second quarter. Led by 11. Doug West slides inside, got in back of Miami's defense.
Nice pick by Kevin Garnett to free up Doug West. Nice pass by Stephon Marbury.
Minnesota by 9. Hardaway, Mourning inside, ruggedly takes it to the rim and a foul.
That foul came late because they was trying to see if Alonzo Mourning was going to score the basket first. Once they saw he wouldn't, then they called the foul. Nice slip of the pick by Zoe, going strong to the basket.
There is nothing delicate about the way that Mourning plays the game.
He plays with great passion, great desire. He's a warrior.
Folks, we're going to tell you about the Flip Saunders basketball camp here in just a second as Alonzo Mourning gets his first free throw, 8 points in 9 minutes. Register now for the Flip Saunders summer basketball camps. Open 2nd through 12th grade boys and girls. 5 full days of instruction. With Timberwolves head coach and general manager Flip Saunders. A Wolves player also attends each camp. For information, call 612-673-1674. The camp brought to you by Pepsi, Cup Foods, and Nike. 9:20 left in the first half. 40-32 Minnesota in what Trent Tucker and a lot of people close to this team label a must game, a must win. Garnett throws it away, picked up by Anderson, but Minnesota gets back on defense. Anderson, and Anderson flies high and puts it down.
I say, hello, young fella.
Wow.
That was quick.
6-point game. Friday is in the game, the kid out of the University of Virginia who's played overseas. Garnett spinning on Mashburn, the only line of defense. Rebound by Willie Anderson, who's been a spark coming off the Pat Riley bench. Nice lead pass to Mashburn. He floats inside, draws the foul out of the defending Doug West with 8.5 to play in the first half.
You know, Willie Anderson is one of those players who can score in so many different ways. When he was in San Antonio, he was a fine offensive player. As I mentioned, he had the leg injuries that slowed him down, but he is seen now to have found his confidence under Pat Riley.
At the free throw line is Jamal Mashburn. 4 years out of Kentucky. That's the entire preseason with Dallas because of a left knee. Here, folks, is one of the great products of the New York playgrounds. In fact, he played at the same playground in New York as the great Connie Hawkins and the immortal Dr. J.
It's a heavy company.
Bad at all. Mashburn played for Rick Pitino at Kentucky. 8.5 remaining in the half. 40-36. Minnesota led by 11. Now they lead by 4. And inside it goes to Garnett with a foul thrown on Mashburn.
It's a great ball pressure by John Crotty is making the pass very difficult for Terry Porter to find Kevin Garnett.
I don't know if Mourning is injured or if he's just trying to loosen up the back. And I assume that he's loosening up the back because no medical people are attending to him.
He's trying to stay loose.
Or he's doing his best impression of Wiggleworm. Infamous worm.
We won.
The worm, Richard Scarry's, whatever that's called. There's a nice shot by Dean Garrett.
Doing the big wiggle.
I'm sorry, it's lowly worm. Not wiggle worm, lowly worm.
I thought he was doing the big wiggle.
And you got kids who watch shows like that. Anderson takes it inside. Pass to Mashburn. Garnett the long line of defense. Will Garrett come over to help? He does, but too late. Inside, Mashburn squeezes the trigger for two.
It's a great spin move by Mashburn. He got Kevin Garnett body to lean forward. Nice reverse move by Jamal Mashburn.
It's been a very enjoyable game here at the Target Center. 7.5 to play in the half. 42-38. Minnesota leads by 4. They've led by 11. Really on a 5-point lead by Miami. Garrett with the spinner over Isaac Austin with a nice rebound and good defense.
He's a strong defender.
Crotty the other way, working on Robinson. John Crotty into the big fella. Can't get it to go. And a rebound by Kevin Garnett. He's got 3 rebounds. Gets it off to Porter for 3. Over Crotty. Kaboom!
That's a good sign for the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves need Terry Porter to step up and give them a nice boost off the bench.
Porter gets his first shot to go. 3 points now. One-on-one from the field. And here goes a one-on-one. Operating inside, Mashburn against Garnett. Mashburn creates his own shots well. A little bit long on that shot. Rebound taken by Porter. He'll race the other way, finding Mitchell, who's picked up by Anderson. Garrett. Nobody on the weak side.
Good decision by Dean Garrett.
Robinson double. Out to Porter. Shot clock down to 5 as Porter takes it and falls, and a foul. He came down hard.
Nice move by Terry Porter. It's nice to see Terry Porter being very aggressive on the offensive end.
6:29 in the second quarter. We're live from downtown Minneapolis where the Timberwolves lead Miami 45-38.
6:29 left in the first half. Wolves 45-38 over Miami. Well, Flip Saunders, like the rest of us, thoroughly enjoyed watching the Gophers beat UCLA yesterday.
It's a great day, and I'm happy as far as for all the players. It's a great deal. I'm extremely happy for both Clem and Yvette, the Haskins family, because when you do that, it's a family thing. The family has to make a lot of sacrifice, and Clem has worked 11 hard years to gain respect. He's really getting the respect that he really needs. I think it will really push the program to a level now where it's solidified for a lot of years to come.
Well, and as we listen to Flip's soundbite, the standing ovation here at Target Center when they talked about the Gophers. Bound for Indianapolis, and Kevin McHale, one of the first on his feet, happened to be down in San Antonio scouting, and I know he thoroughly enjoyed watching what was an incredible week for Minnesota, Kev.
Hope it continues that way, as next week they'll play in Indianapolis. Here's Porter with the free throw. He puts it in. Minnesota leads it 46-38.
The Wolves need Terry Porter's offense because he is a guy who can give them an outside shooter that can open up the inside for Gugliotta and Kevin Garnett.
Well, he had 1 3 already. He's got 4 points in 3 minutes for Minnesota. With the second free throw, and that is it. The Timberwolves have won 2 consecutive games at home. A game below 500 overall. 33-34. Win today would go a long way. Bring him back to 500. Here's Crotty wide open for 3. John Crotty out of Virginia.
Nice penetration by Deshaun Leonard to break down the defense that freed up John Crotty.
Wolves win today will be their first win over a quality winning opponent in a long time. They got Mitchell now beneath the arc, and he puts one up. Rebound by Willie Anderson, who again makes his presence felt halfway through the second quarter. Ashford for 3. And rebound by Deshaun Leonard. He has had a stroke today, now 6 of 7, 14 points.
And you knew coming into this basketball game, back at home in Minnesota, he would be very aggressive.
Crotty takes a hard fall as Garnett makes the spin.
That's a good call by Leon Wood. Not allowing John Crotty to flop on Kevin Garnett.
Penalty situation.
So Mourning is in. He'll be joining Isaac Austin on the front line. They put Mourning at the power forward. They put Isaac Austin at the power forward. As you see Mashburn walk off.
They probably put Ike Austin at the power forward, keep Alonzo Mourning at the center position because he is a better low post scorer.
What a combination, huh? What a combination.
Going to the Twin Towers.
5.5 to play here in the first inning. Garnett can't hit it. This is his first 47-43. One more try for Kevin. 4 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. 48-43, Minnesota by 5, and they've led by 11. Miami has led by as many as 5. Body by Robinson. Knocked away by Mitchell, picked up by Robinson. 3-on-2, Garnett. And wisely held it. Gugliotta with Crotty going to him in a hurry. And a 3-second violation on Kevin Garnett.
It's a good decision by Kevin Garnett not to force the issue. Googs with another nice decision, but KG got caught in 3 seconds.
Minnesota shooting 58% from the field, 51% shooting for Miami. Both teams are playing that defense, which both felt coming into the game today they needed. A steal by Porter, a foul by Crowder.
It's a nice play by Terry Porter. For the first time in a long time, I've seen Terry Porter playing with a lot of energy. The Timberwolves need his leadership and his overall team play to get them going again.
But does it really surprise you when you see the effort put out by Porter? We've talked about Sam Mitchell and the effort he's put out. Gugliotta, a 5-year guy, and the effort he's put out. The veterans are stepping ahead, trying to give this game a pace, give the team a pace.
This is the time that your veteran ball players must step up and carry your basketball team.
Here's Terry Porter. And he comes in and knocks in his 3rd free throw. He's got 6 points in 4 minutes.
You know, this is the time for Terry Porter because he's played in these situations before. He's played in 2 NBA finals, haven't won a championship yet, but he was a crucial player for the Portland Trail Blazers during that time.
And the 75% free throw shooter has now accounted for Minnesota's last 7 points. Play here in the second quarter, 50-43. It's a 3 by Bashawn Leonard, and he can't get it to go. Good rebound by Porter. And it went over the backboard, they say, and was basically rebounded in back of the backboard. So they reset the 24-second shot clock. Minnesota will get the ball.
You know, with Kevin Garnett guarding Bashawn Leonard, it's going to be tougher for Bashawn Leonard to get that shot off now.
Gugliotta works on Isaac Austin. A good matchup for Tom. Gets it to Porter, and they're going to Porter, who gives it to Garnett. Robinson open for 3. Rebound by Gugliotta. He's been all over the floor. Porter for 3. That won't go. Great rebound. Garnett to Mitchell, and a foul called on Hardaway.
That's great team basketball by the Timberwolves. Moving the basketball well from strong side to weak side, and then climbing the offensive glass. Nice touch pass by Kevin Garnett.
This is as good a sequence as we have seen in the last 3 weeks for this team.
Very aggressive, very alive. Their bodies are very active. Nice touch pass by Kevin Garnett.
Would you disagree?
No, I wouldn't disagree at all, because they have been sluggish.
Let me just say, had you disagreed, you would have been in hot water. Okay? You were out of control. What happened to you? You were mild, you were meek, you had a demeanor of this veteran, this world champion. You wear the ring, you look good. What is this stuff? What is this all of a sudden?
I got it from Skip.
Oh, man.
You know, once Skip shaved his head, everything started to turn around.
I don't know. Skip came in, producer Skip Filter, had the head shave when they won the 30th game. It's hard to eat and look at that head at the same time. Here's Hardaway. A 3 by Hardaway, and he puts it down.
I mean, he's very good off the bounce. I mean, he can hide behind that screen, keep that bounce alive, and then pull up for the shot.
5 threes now by Miami. When they get 10 or more, they are almost unbeatable all season long. 16-3, in fact. Good pass, Mitchell. Hits Gugliotta over Austin. Hustling rebound by Mitchell. There's a loose ball foul called inside on Bashawn Leonard of Miami.
You know, Sam Mitchell, hard work against the Pistons has carried over into this basketball game. Even though the Timberwolves didn't play well in Detroit, but hard work like this by Sam Mitchell is now starting to become contagious to his teammates.
Well, we were talking about how important this game was for the Wolves. In the month of March, they have not beaten a team with a winning record. They're 0-5. And going on a long road trip like they're going to go on. At Houston, at Denver, at Golden State, at Seattle. this win would carry over so much into this coming week and have such a great influence on the way this team would play.
You know, it keeps them at 500. It helps them build some confidence because, as you mentioned, as we were talking, next week is going to be a very, very big road trip for this franchise.
54-46 is the score. Minnesota with the lead. 3:45 left in the second quarter. Leonard to Mourning. Mourning back for the first time in about 4 weeks into Isaac Austin. Look at him snake inside and find two. That's a big man in there, too. Over 300 pounds.
Kevin Garnett was late on the rotation. When the double team went to Alonzo Mourning and Ike Austin dove to the basket, KG should have been there to pick him up.
Inside Guglielmo. He can't get it to go. Even the Tampa will get it. Down goes Guglielmo the other way. Shoots Miami. Anderson to Hardaway. To Anderson by Garnett. Floating inside. Slashing to the rack. And it's caught by Kevin with a good-looking rebound. He's got 4 with 5 points. Robinson to Garnett. Kevin Garnett.
Nice play by Kevin Garnett on both sides. Nice strong rebound. Then he runs the lane very well and knocks down the short jump shot.
Against a quality opponent, Minnesota has not played this well the entire month. We're talking over 3 weeks.
Yes, you're right, Kevin.
Flip Saunders has him ready to play today, and Kevin Garnett, one of the reasons why. 2:50 in the second quarter, Minnesota 56-48 on the Minnesota Timberwolves television network.
This is Leah Berganosen. Hope you can join us at the half. I have a conversation with the NBA's oldest rookie, Dean Garrett. Hanny will have all the NBA scores, plus another edition of NBA at 50. All coming up at the half. Guys?
All right, Leah, thank you very much. We look forward to that. 2:50 in the second quarter. Dean Garrett on the bench, but good start today. 6 points, 3 boards. Interestingly, they got him out with Isaac Austin Mourning in there for Miami.
Timberwolves need to finish this half off on a strong note.
Wolves lead by 8 after leading by 4. Nice shot by Hardaway. Guglielmo picked off by Hardaway. Austin, great touch pass back to Hardaway. And into Isaac Austin. Reward the big fella who runs it so well.
Nice play by Timmy Hardaway to step in the passing lane. But you said, Kevin, Ike Austin made the right decision. He got the ball back to Tim Hardaway, and then he felt the lane for the dunk.
He's done that assist thing over 1,000 times in his career. Miami has won 5 consecutive games. They beat the Lakers on Friday. They're off until Wednesday after today to take on Sacramento.
You can tell how well coached the Miami Heat are on defense. When Googs went to the basket, you could see the rotation of the Miami Heat defense.
You cannot play for Riley unless you play defense.
You must play defense with a passion.
Which was the big question mark surrounding the trade for Jamal Mashburn. We knew he could play offense, but could he play defense?
If he wants to play for Pat Riley, he must conform to a defensive style. Nice shot by Hollywood Robinson.
Robinson now, 9 points, 4 of 5 from the floor. 14 minutes of work on the field today. We're on the floor. And it's 1:45 left in the second quarter. Hardaway. Mashburn. Shot clock is down to 6. Into Isaac Austin, who slips it back of Sam Mitchell.
It's a great pass by Jamal Mashburn. Throw the ball to the side of the backboard and say, big fella, go get it.
1:25 to play in the second quarter. Hardaway goes to Robinson. There's the whistle. Miami foul again. Isaac Austin picks up. Look at Isaac Austin. He has lost in the last year 67 pounds.
That's a lot.
He's lost 67 pounds. He came to Miami from Utah. He's been all over the globe really playing basketball. That guy has lost 67 pounds.
And he said once he lost the weight, he knew he had the talent to play at this level. And Pat Riley made a challenge to him. If you are prepared to get yourself ready to play basketball, I will give you a shot.
And he did, and he answered.
Yes.
Marbury again at the line. Mourning comes in for Isaac Austin. A miss, but Minnesota gets the ball back. And with 1:20 remaining, Minnesota leads it by 7. Minnesota shooting 54%. Miami shooting 53%. Garnett uses the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound by Alonzo Mourning. He now has 4 with 8 points. And 3 assists for Alonzo Mourning as well.
He's a factor once he's in the game.
Hardaway saw the hesitation and exploits it so well. Flying down the lane. He caught the defense just in that 1/2 step. The indecision costs Minnesota 2 at the free throw line as Hardaway.
Just because he never killed his dribble, even though this is tough defense by the Timberwolves, but the little hesitation froze the defense, the quick burst to the basket for the goal.
It shows you, I mean, and that play displays it so well. It shows you how just the smallest little step the wrong direction can hurt you, just kill you on defense.
These guys are so quick and so explosive. If they can get you to lean one way, then it's over.
Minnesota leads by 5. Garrett with the Marbury assist.
Just like Stephon Marbury, his quickness, his penetration to the basket and to the lane can free up players like Dean Garrett.
Alonzo Mourning, while airborne, tried to double clutch in a foul. He got the defense to commit, and Dean Garrett picks up another foul. It's his 3rd.
You know, the Miami Heat have 3 great things working for them. That's why they have 50 wins. As you see, Stephon Marbury with the great penetration and a nice find to Dean Garrett. Going back to the 3 great things for Miami: Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, and Deshaun Leonard.
You know, you look at these Miami uniforms, and they are different since Pat Riley has taken over, and they are very similar to what the Chicago Bulls uniforms look like, as Cherokee Parks comes in again for Dean Garrett with 3 fouls. They don't want to risk him with 39 seconds left getting his 4th. But Riley, on purpose, designed these uniforms with the same basic colors of the Chicago Bulls. He said they got a winning attitude, maybe some of that will rub off on us.
You know, Pat Riley is a guy who uses his mind to get into the players and make them respond to a new level.
Miami road uniforms were black. Inside, Marbury can't get it to drop. Rebound by Mourning. He's got 5. The other way comes Hardaway with 20 seconds to play, and basically he can run out the clock here in the 2nd quarter.
Miami goes to the spread game. Let Tim Hardaway work one-on-one.
The All-Star, Hardaway, a 4-time All-Star. A 3 over Robinson. He puts it in. It's a 3-point game, 4 seconds to play. That's knocked out of bounds. Nice defense by Mashburn.
You know, you have to respect the drive of Tim Hardaway, that he can freeze you with the bounce, and then he can pull up for the jump shot.
Robinson hit a 3 just before the end of the 1st quarter. Can he duplicate it here? At the buzzer, short. No foul called as he was whacked to the floor. And at halftime, we've got Minnesota leading 61-58 in a crucial game. It's a 3-point Minnesota lead.
Flip Saunders looking for a stronger effort from the Timberwolves, and he's received just that in the first half. They lead at 61-58. Most of the credit for the Wolves' improvement this season goes to the big 3, but the team would not be 11 games ahead of schedule without Dean Garrett. Leah Bergen-Olsen has more.
Entering this season, one of the big question marks for the Timberwolves was who will fill the void at the center position. With the emergence of Dean Garrett, the Wolves may have finally found their man.
Dean Garrett is a machine that cannot be stopped today.
Garrett, the NBA's oldest rookie, took the long road to the NBA. A junior college transfer, Garrett spent 2 seasons at Indiana and helped bring home a national championship in 1987. Under the guidance of Bobby Knight, Garrett was able to look past the tantrums and chair kicking to understand the real message.
You got to take what he's saying and listen to that and not how he's saying it. And that's what I did. And so it didn't really affect me as much as it might affect other people. When you play with Coach Knight, just the whole, well, I was only there for 2 years, but the whole 2 years, it's kind of like a game a little bit. I mean, he's getting you ready for life. He's not handing you anything. He's getting you ready for life. And if you can just deal with what's going on at that time, you'll be a lot better off when you graduate and get done.
While remaining confident in his ability to play in the NBA, Garrett went through several NBA tryouts, but ended up spending 7 seasons in Europe.
It wasn't like they were like, Dean, you just can't play this game. It was always like, well, we want you to come back for the camp when it starts in October. And I couldn't do that because I already had guaranteed money waiting for me, which was, they start in August. And that's 2 months I would have been sitting around just wondering. And something would have happened within that 2 months, or if I'd have went to the vet camp and broke a leg or whatever, I'm out. I don't have no job, and so I always went with the for sure thing.
Last summer, Garrett's luck began to change. During the Timberwolves Summer Showcase, the Wolves coaching staff offered Garrett a one-year guaranteed contract. With his first NBA season underway, Garrett spent a large part of his time on the bench. With the help of his teammates, Garrett's confidence grew and he became the starting center.
It started getting frustrating because I thought I could help the team in other areas, you know, like in the rebounding and things like that. So then I started getting a little frustrated because I wanted to be out there and play. And like I said, without Sam Mitchell and Terry Porter and guys like that, I don't know how it would have ended up. But, you know, Sam always talked to me every day after the game or after practice, said, Dean, just keep working hard and don't worry about your time's going to come.
Garrett has started every game since January 20th and is averaging nearly 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game. At the age of 30, Dean Garrett is just getting started and hopes to be here for a long time.
I would hope that, you know, I can return here in Minnesota next year and still be a major part of this team's success and, you know, be here. I would like to finish my career out. I mean, I think I maybe have 5, 6 years left to play, and I would definitely like to finish my career here because this is more or less where I started it. That's how I look at it. I started my career here, so I would love to finish it here.
Dean Garrett, thanks, Leah. Dean gave up nearly $1 million of guaranteed money to stay here in Minnesota with the Wolves. It's money he'll make up many times over in the years to come. Tonight's NBA scores are coming up next at the half here at Target Center. Wolves lead Miami by 3 on the Timberwolves television network.
Welcome back courtside of the Target Center with Minnesota leading the Miami Heat 61-58. Minnesota is shooting 51% from the floor, and that is pretty good. In fact, a lot better than they've been doing of late. And they're playing well against a winning team, which right now, through a half, is the bottom line.
And the reason their shooting percentage is very high, Kevin, is because they are sharing the basketball. They're moving the ball very well around the horn.
And let's send it back over to Tom Hanneman.
Well, Flip, you challenge your players to step up here, and boy, they certainly have done exactly that.
Well, I'm happy as competitive as we've been. 58 points, you'd hope you wouldn't give up that much, but they're shooting the ball well, and they're kind of forcing an up-tempo game with a lot of the threes that they're taking. So I was happy with the way we came out. I thought we played pretty hard. So we've done it for 24. Let's see if we can finish.
Key individual concern in the second half?
Well, I think 2 things. I think one, our ability to contain Hardaway, our ability to contain Mourning, because I think you'll see him play Mourning more, and I think you'll see Hardaway become more active.
All right, Flip, thanks so much. Flip Saunders, the AT&T Coach's Corner. Kevin and Trent, back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. It's going to be a rugged second half for the Timberwolves because you know Miami has won the majority of their games with playing tough second half defense.
They are a good third quarter team. They like to come out at halftime and jump on you with a quick spurt and take off from there.
You picked it up early, and Tom Gugliotta really answered the call so many times with this Pepsi big slam in the first half.
You know, he's been very aggressive. Nice pick and roll play between he and Stephon Marbury. And this is how you take the ball strong to the rack.
10 points for Tom Gugliotta. And Stephon Marbury leads Minnesota in scoring with 11 points and 5 assists.
He's very aggressive. He has his head up. He's very quick and very explosive once he makes his mind up to go to the basket.
A spectacular first half for Miami, and former golfer Rashawn Leonard, 14 points, a couple of threes in 23 minutes.
Dean Garrett was late to step up on that pick and roll. And against Bo Leonard, you got to be there quick or the ball is gone.
Now let's take a look at the statistics brought to you by Silicon Graphics. Miami shooting 55%, a combination of 9 threes by both teams. Great free throw shooting by Minnesota. Turnovers about the same. Points off turnovers, though, dramatically different.
Yes, the Miami Heat love to use their pressure defense to create offensive opportunities.
As we said before, Marbury's got the 11 points, the 5 assists. Gugliotta, good start, 4 of 7 from the field. Robinson, 4 of 6 from the field. And Miami led by the 14 points of Rashawn Leonard. Nolan Fine, one of the fine referees, no pun intended, here at the Target Center today, was talking about the goaltend call, and it hit the glass, and that constitutes a goaltend with the guy holding up against the glass.
Yep, you can't take the ball off the glass.
We begin the third quarter with Minnesota turning the ball over for the first possession. That's their 7th turnover of the game.
You can't have careless mistakes against Miami. It will make you pay.
Minnesota led by as many as 7 in that second quarter, as many as 11 in that second quarter, I should say, and then Miami cut it down to 3 at halftime. Mashburn a little bit short, caught by Garrett. Here comes Marbury the other way, with Mashburn defending on the side against Garnett, who Marbury was looking for initially. That's off Kevin's hands and out of bounds. Another turnover. So in the first 35 seconds of this third quarter, 2 Minnesota turnovers.
Can't be careless. Got to focus in on this third quarter. The first 5 minutes is very important.
Hardaway. Marbury guards him. Timmy Hardaway. Great rebound by Tom Gugliotta. He has played that aggressive brand the entire game. He's got 5, and Robinson the other way into Marbury with a nice-looking pass.
Nice give-and-go basketball between Stephon Marbury and James Robinson.
63-58, Minnesota. Those are the first 2 points right there of this half. All the way outside the lane. Marbury guards him. He wheeled around, lost the ball, and out of bounds it goes to Cameron. Our guys are already down there, though. Keith Askins. Isaac Austin, good friend of Karl Malone, and here's a shot by Vashawn Leonard. This is no good. A rebound by Garrett. He's got 6 with his 8 points. Game Dean Garrett.
It's his type of game. Hard work on the boards, good solid defense.
Robinson falls, and that becomes Minnesota's 3rd turnover in less than 2 minutes to begin the second half.
You know, when the Timberwolves move the basketball from strong side to weak side, then it can break down the defense and get the defense to shift, and then you can find cracks in a strong defense like Miami's.
Hardaway with just 9 points so far and 4 assists. Leads the team in scoring. There's a foul called on Marbury, trying to guard the elusive Tim Hardaway. Minnesota had a chance to draft. They went with Pooh Richardson at that slot. And Hardaway was taken shortly thereafter by Don Nelson out of Golden State, where he became a 4-time All-Star. There's Mashburn. Works on Kevin Garnett. 14 to shoot. Mashburn makes a go, and it's 63-60.
And the reason Pat Riley wanted Mashburn in Miami because it would give him a one-on-one player who could get some baskets for him.
How can he play defense? That's the question. Garnett exploits him right there. He'll go to the free throw line, trying to complete the 3-point play.
You know, if Kevin can get good position on the block, he would be very tough for Mashburn to stop. But if Mashburn can move him out, then that plays into Mashburn's hands. Nice turnaround bank shot by KG.
There's Kevin Garnett, who has said the rest of the year I'm going to play loose. I'm going to play with a smile on my face, and hopefully that will carry over the team. This is the free throw there. 9 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds for Garnett.
You can't have fun, Kevin. Why play?
Hardaway through the hands of Isaac Austin. 2-on-1. Great touch pass. Gugliotta to Garnett. And a whistle and a foul.
That's good basketball. Kevin Garnett with the early pass to Gugliotta. Gugliotta felt the defense switch. He gave the ball back to KG, who will go to the basket now for 2 free throws.
Look at that pass. Look at that pass by Gugliotta.
What skills demonstrated by 2 big guys in the open court.
What's amazing to see is you see Garnett play a little Woody Woodpecker there in his head. He's 1 of 3 from the free throw line with 9 points, and he feels that got to hit these free throws. He should hit his head all the time.
His head helped.
Let me hit your head and see if that helps you. Oh. How was that? Feel okay?
I'm ready now.
All right. There's Garnett. 66-60, the Timberwolves by 6, 9:24 third quarter. Minnesota by 7. Marbury got a hand on it. Shot clock down to 14.
Timberwolves big guys have got to show strong when the Miami Heat guards come off that pick and roll to force them to half court so the defender can recover.
Warning is into Garrett. A little help from Gugliotta toward the tail end of that drive, and Mourning looks great. I mean, he just looks as fit and as nimble, and the nice thing I think for Miami, Trent, you know, we missed those 13 games because of the bad foot. He will be very fresh now. Final games of the regular season and into the playoffs.
That's a good point, Kevin. His body won't be wore down. He'll be fresh and be strong. He's in great physical shape.
You said how hard it was, you know, and it's really a credit to Pat Riley and this team that they went 9-4 without arguably their best player.
And he knows that if someone goes down at playoff time, he's going to need for other players to step up. And that's the sign of a good basketball team. When you lose a guy like Alonzo Mourning, they can't continue to win.
That's the reason why Garrett is on the bench with the 4 fouls and 9-10 remaining in the third quarter. So they bring in Stoico Brankovic. With Robinson, Marbury, Garnett, and Gugliotta. Mourning gets the back end of 2 free throws. Off the bench, he has played 15 minutes. He's got 10 points and 5 rebounds.
Miami's going to a full-court press.
Sort of breaks it. Good screen by Stoico. Tom Gugliotta
to Kevin Garnett. He made the right decision with the basketball, and also Tom Gugliotta made the right decision for the jump shot.
Now here's where the problems could come in. Foul call on Brankovic, working on the much smaller and nimbler Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning knows that he can beat Stoico off the dribble. Good decision. This is a nice decision by Gugliotta. Not to challenge the defense, take the easy play.
Mourning again at the free throw line. Miami is 20th in the NBA in free throw percentage, 18th in field goal percentage, and 20th in points a game. I mean, this is not an offensive juggernaut you're seeing today.
No, it's not. They are strong defensively. They have a few players who can score, but Pat Riley believes that strong defense will win many basketball games.
So Mourning, the 64% free throw shooter, shows it 69-61 Minnesota by 8. Wolves have played a quality game today. Gugliotta, Brankovic, Gugliotta, inside to Garnett, knocked away by Austin, picked up by Askins. Here comes Miami as Minnesota turns it over for a 10th time. Hardaway down the middle.
He's one guy who can get hot, and he can carry a basketball team with all those offensive weapons he has.
6-point game. Away, guarding Marbury. Gugliotta the pass. In the corner for 3, Robinson. Rebound by Tom Gugliotta. He's got 6. Miami defense is relentless.
They're very tough, very tenacious.
All the shoot mismatch here. Isaac Austin against Robinson. He senses it, he sees it, he drives on it, and he can't hit. Rebound by Mourning. He's got 6 rebounds ahead. It goes to Vashawn Leonard.
Nice defense by Googs.
7.5 to play in the third quarter. Leonard, great entry pass, caught by Alonzo Mourning.
We got great patience on offense. They're poised, they're under control, and they know where to take the basketball.
Mourning with 12. Miami is shooting 54% for the game. Gugliotta, the fadeaway over Askins.
Tough basket by Tom Gugliotta.
Here comes Leonard again. Out to Hardaway for 3. Caught by Vashawn Leonard, and they did not block him out. 16 points for the former Golden Gopher.
Just following the flight of the basketball, he knew the ball would be short. He stepped in between the 2 Timberwolves defender and got an offensive putback.
Garnett, a little outside. Askins has it. The Heat now down by 6, and here comes Hardaway. In and by Marbury and Gugliotta, and that was too easy as he takes it into the teeth of Minnesota's defense. 71-67, timeout taken. 6.5 to play in the third. It's Minnesota down to a 2-point lead.
with Chad Hartman involved in a wedding in Seattle today. Craig Kilborn is filling in doing radio play-by-play. Craig grew up in Hastings. He's been a ham ever since, went on to ESPN Sports Center. Now the host of The Daily Show on Comedy Central, a great guy who, well, things are going pretty well for him right now in People magazine this past month, yeah.
I saw that. Robinson for 3. Rebound by Deshaun Leonard. And truly one of the nice guys in this business. It's a pleasure and an honor to have Craig Kilborn with us today in our broadcasting setup here from the Target Center this afternoon. Halfway through the third quarter, 71-69. The Heat can tie or take a lead on this possession. It's been a long time, first quarter since Miami has led. Hardaway on the run. Great rebound by Gugliotta.
Googs is playing big-time basketball today.
He's got to.
He's got to put his team on his shoulders and carry them to the promised land.
Mitchell. Rebound by Leonard, torn away by Garnett. Out of bounds off Minnesota.
Timberwolves have got to find their rhythm on offense. Get the ball back into the hands of a guy like Gugliotta who can draw the defense, and then he can create easy shots for his teammates.
Minnesota shooting 50% for the game. Hardaway, Austin for the tie at 71.
That's nice basketball by the Miami Heat. When a play is called, they run the play through, and they find the guy with the basketball at the end of the play.
First tie we've had since 3, I believe, early in the first quarter. Gugliotta. Mitchell and a whistle and a foul.
Nice look by Gugliotta with the nice penetration.
Sam Mitchell is looking square at a 10-2 Miami run. What has Miami done so well to get back in this game and now tie?
For one thing, Kevin, the defense has picked up, and their offensive game has gotten better. They are running their plays very effectively. They are moving the basketball around well, and the guy who is supposed to get the shot is getting the shot at the end of the play.
The good teams never let it get too far away. They never let it get it too out of hand. Minnesota led by 11 today, but that for Miami was nothing.
Because they got a three-point shooter in Deshaun Leonard. They got a great penetrating guard in Tim Hardaway, and then they got the man in the middle, Zoe Mourning.
Minnesota leads it by 1, 72-71. Mitchell makes the second free throw. Austin, Hardaway, Mourning. Fouled by Robinson.
So you can see the Timberwolves now are starting to break down. They are starting to lose their assignments. It's no way that James Robinson should be on Alonzo Mourning.
But don't you credit a lot of this to the way that Riley preaches and dictates this game to his team? He makes it so hard for the opposing team. Hardaway for the lead. Rebound by Gugliotta again. He has been every place. His 8th rebound today. A 3 by Marbury. Rebound by Mourning. He's got 7 with 12 points.
Well, Kevin, you play the way you practice. And the Miami Heat they practice very hard, and they practice very efficiently.
Third consecutive rebound by Gugliotta. He's got 9 with 14 points. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Marbury. Kevin Garnett with 11 points. Robinson to Mitchell. Spark off the bench. Mitchell can't hit. Rebound by Googs is 10. Hooks it home over Isaac Austin. That, my friends, is a huge play.
It started with good ball movement. Sam Mitchell had an open shot he missed, but Kevin Garnett kept the ball alive, and Tom Gugliotta for the finish.
Just think, Nicky had twins, what we'd see today. Great shot by Alonzo Mourning, and it's back to a 1-point Miami deficit.
That makes him very effective. He can step off the block and knock down the 15-footer as well, put the ball on the floor, and take it strong to the basket.
Garnett now 5 of 13. It is not a great shooting day for Kevin, but he's got 13 points, and Minnesota back to a lead of 3.
He is one of those players where he can be very, very effective without scoring.
Hardaway. Isaac Austin, that big body against Mitchell, doubled by Googs, outside to Askins for 2, and he can't hit. Rebounding again, Gugliotta with 11.
Nice work by Googs on the defensive glass. Nice presence of mind to call a timeout.
Well, folks, you can call 612-337-DUNK and get your 97-98 season tickets by calling now. You can also guarantee yourself playoff tickets for this year. So what that means is you can sit next to a lady like that with a small deposit, cheer with her every step of the way during the playoffs, or sit next to people like them. I don't care who you sit next to. Put your money down on next year's season tickets, and you can be in the playoffs and sit next to a guy with a bad-looking spring sweater like that. By the way, don't wear white shoes until after Easter. So call 612-337-DUNK. Dunk. D-U-N-K. Operators are standing by right now as the Timberwolves approach the playoff. Just a handful of games remaining in the regular season. This is a huge game today. A win puts them at 500. It's a win against a quality team for the first time in the month of March and sets them straight going on a very rugged road trip this week. Marbury from Guglielmo.
See how fast their offense is moving. The ball is moving well. Their bodies are alive.
It's a 5-point game. Minnesota's got the lead. Mourning saves it from going out of bounds. And look at him twist and contort his body into two defenders to get the shot away and in.
That was great agility by Alonzo Mourning.
2.5 to play. Minnesota up by 5. This is the Timberwolves television network. Boy, get a load of this, folks, as Minnesota goes up by 5 on a spectacular play. 2.5 to play. Oh, baby, what a play! 80-75 Minnesota, late in the third quarter. Leonard with the ball. Whistle, an illegal defense, did they call in Minnesota? What did they? 3-second violation. 3-second violation on Miami.
If Alonzo Mourning receives the ball above the three-point line, Guglielmo should back up and sit in the lap of Ike Austin to protect Sam Mitchell.
Murray working on Hardaway. Garnett picked up by Mourning. Very physical defensive three-man Marbury.
That was a long shot by Stephon Marbury.
Marbury's got 20. Mourning is held inside and molested by Guglielmo.
He's a physical force in the paint.
Wow. Inside that lane is no place to be. What about this?
Tim Hardaway had his hands down. The young fellow said, hey, better pick your hands up.
Marbury, 7 of 11 from the floor. 4 of 5 from the stripe. 8 assists, 20 points. Truly one of his better all-around games when this team needed it most.
They need him to give them direction and some leadership. And also they need his scoring punch.
156 to play in the third quarter. 83-76. The Heat down by 7. Mourning can't convert. Rebound by Kevin Garnett of Minnesota. He's got 5 rebounds as the Timberwolves take it the other way, rolling on a 9-3 run.
The Timberwolves need Stephon Marbury to play with great confidence.
Guglielmo locates Garnett. Mourning tries to shut the door. Garnett over and over, and he can't get it down. And a whistle. And a foul. It's on Alonzo Mourning, his third.
Look how quick and elusive Kevin Garnett is.
Foul is called on the Heat's Alonzo Mourning. That's his third personal. Miami's first team foul on the final 2 minutes.
Well, there's John Thomas of the Golden Gophers with Kevin McHale. Tom Hanneman will be talking to him at the end of the third quarter. Robinson, what a pass into Guglielmo. Look at him, bang into Mourning, but he can't get it to go.
It's a nice change of direction by Guglielmo. Strong overplay by Ike Austin. Googs came out, reverse pivot. Nice pass by James Robinson.
Look at this. was. And a great spin move by Gugliotta, and Austin had no idea.
When you play tightly on the wing and the guy is denying the basketball, if you change direction, you will be open.
I can't recall, Trent. I can't recall the last time I saw Gugliotta at this pitch. I mean, we may be going back near the All-Star break in February.
And that was the time when the Timberwolves were starting to turn their game around and go to another level of play. Guys like Gugliotta need to be very aggressive because his emotion into the game will help his teammates get over the hump. And when he plays very aggressive basketball, that's when he can be an all-star type player.
Gugliotta with one more try. Rebound by Googs. Mitchell is open. Rebound inside. And out of bounds. They're discussing it. It's off Miami. 84-76. Marbury to Mitchell. Out there with Robinson, Gugliotta, and Garnett. Robinson picked up by Hardaway. Leonard has got Marbury. They got Askins on Gugliotta. Shot clock at about 10 for Garnett, working on Isaac Austin. Good matchup here for Kevin. Rebound by Leonard.
So in that situation, Kevin, he needs to turn and face and try to drive Ike Austin.
Under a minute to play here in the third quarter with Minnesota leading 84-76. It's been a great closing of this. Rejected by Kevin Garnett. Picked up by Gugliotta.
It's a great defensive play by KG.
Alley-oop for Garnett with a great catch. Did he call timeout? Out of bounds he goes with the ball.
I mean, the catch was spectacular.
That was. We talked about catching the ball just the other night on some telecast, didn't we? Watch the block.
Look how quick he recovers to block that shot.
His arms are so long. I don't know if a player has longer arms in the NBA than Kevin Garnett.
He's got great balance, great timing, great quickness.
Hardaway trying that killer crossover. Marbury wouldn't bite. Austin with the outside shot. Can't get it to go. Picked up by Mitchell. They'll try for the final shot with 9 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Nice work by Sam Mitchell.
It's been a good one for Minnesota. Marbury the three. Rebound by Leonard. Buzzard sounds. We go to the fourth with Minnesota leading at halftime by 3, getting a standing ovation at the end of 3. We go to the fourth, 84-76. The Wolves on the Timberwolves television network.
Tom Hanneman back at Target Center. We're very pleased to be joined by John Thomas of the Gopher basketball team, who's had an incurable case of the smiles the past couple of days. Yesterday had to be one of the greatest days in your life.
By far the greatest, because I mean the fan support that we have is just tremendous. I mean, if you look around here, you see everyone's like, you know, basically just watching us and just cheering. You know, they're cheering us on. They really want us to do well in the tournament, and with that kind of support, I mean, it makes us want to do it more.
You've had to move around here, the arena, because people are, you know, trying to get autographs. You've had 50, 60 people at all times. It's been a busy game for you.
Yeah, I haven't really had a chance. I mean, I came to watch Rashawn and Timberwolves play. I really haven't had a chance because, I mean, everyone's trying to get autographs, which is fine. I'll try to sign as many autographs as I can, but it started lining up all the way to the top of the arena, so, you know, we have to try and move around and try and get around. I finally see where I, you know, can't be bothered.
I'm sure you're still soaking up the events of San Antonio. Have you had any time to look ahead at Kentucky and what the Gophers will face in Indianapolis?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of pressure. I mean, as far as, I mean, what they play pressure, great pressure defense. They make you try to turn on the ball. And as long as we can take care of the ball and play our style, which is, you know, physical, half-court offense, and also play great defense and rebound the ball, we feel we have a pretty good chance. But once again, taking care of the ball is very important.
JT, thanks so much for coming by. I think you have a sense from last night, the crowd and the people here, how Minnesota is really behind you right now and how much they love this team.
Definitely. It feels great. All I want to say is just, you know, keep supporting us. I mean, we want to try and get as many fans as we can into the dome and just keep pushing forward.
All right, JT, thanks so much. John Thomas joining us here. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you. We're in the fourth quarter, 11:46 to play. Isaac Austin with another free throw. 84-78 Minnesota. Minnesota closed the third quarter with a 10-3 run.
This This is where the Timberwolves must play precise basketball on both ends of the court.
Gugliotta inside. What a move by Tom, but he can't get it to go, and it's picked up by Deshaun Leonard. He's got 6 rebounds. Ashburn for 3. Rebound by Austin. Leonard for 3. That goes down. His 3rd of the game. Deshaun Leonard has now 19 points, 8 of 11 from the floor, and for Miami, their 7th three-point bomb today.
And you know that Miami Heat won't quit, so the Timberwolves will have to win this basketball game.
Gugliotta was shoved by Isaac Austin. There's Terry Porter, Miller Lite three-point payoff contested today. Bill Weber from Elk River. He selects Terry to hit the first three-pointer in the 4th. If Porter gets it, Bill gets $1,000. Got to be 21 or older to enter the Miller Lite three-point payoff by sending us your name, age, address, phone number, and the Timberwolves player you think will get the first three-pointer in the 4th. And there you see the address. Brought to you by our creative consultant, Dick. Miller Brewing Company. Run away by Gugliotta, picked up by the defensive-minded Heat. Here comes John Crotty, who locates Anderson, who throws inside for Mourning. Loosely picked up by Ashburn, and a whistle and a foul.
The Timberwolves are a little ragged on offense. They got to slow themselves down and run their offensive sets. When you run your plays through, then you can get some good looks at the basket.
So Minnesota with only a 3-point lead. And then shaved down to 1. With Ashburn at the free throw line. Miami comes into today 50-17, their record, a road record, one of the best in the NBA of 27-8. And they've had a record year. Never before has this franchise won 50 games in one season. Ashburn can't get the next one to drop. It's a 2-point game.
They are very tough-minded, and they will make you earn this basketball game.
Gugliotta just picked up a technical foul.
It's not a good technical in this situation.
Not at this time of the game, absolutely not.
Got to control your emotions.
It's a 1-point game.
When you're trying to win a game against a very tough basketball team like the Heat, you just can't give them 3 points.
Miami's on a 6-0 run to open up the 4th quarter. Minnesota has yet to score in this 4th quarter. Porter, Doug West from the line. Can't hit. Rebound Mitchell. Out to Robinson. Thought about 3. Leonard the defense. The spinning Robinson to the right.
Nice work by Sam Mitchell to give his team a second chance. Nice aggressive move by James Hollywood Robinson. Great spin move by Hollywood.
Robinson is a starter today, 9 points. He'll stay there with 3 rebounds and a couple of assists.
He's got to make his free throws.
'84-83. Minnesota by 2 now, 85-83. And 10-10 to play. Alonzo Mourning draws the double. Ashburn swings it to Crotty, who feeds to Willie Anderson, who knocks down the 3. And Miami's got their first lead since 8.5 minutes remained in the first quarter.
That was beautiful basketball by the Miami Heat. Moving that ball well from strong side to weak side.
Miami's on quite a run. First 3 right there, picked up by Ashburn. This is where Miami is so deadly because they can protect the lead as Crotty lands into Porter, and a foul called on Terry Porter.
When you miss a shot on the offensive end, you must get back on defense quickly because the Miami Heat will look to push the basketball.
Marbury checks back in. Miami comes into today having won 5 consecutive games. This gives them the lead for the first time since the first quarter. And Miami, with fourth on a 10-1, now 11-1 run to open the fourth.
This is where the Timberwolves have to be careful. They got to stay focused. They can't lose their rhythm.
Minnesota closed out the third quarter with the 10-3 run. They were tied at 71 in the third, but that's where Minnesota kind of took off, and Miami couldn't get them. The fourth quarter has been completely Miami.
The Wolves are taking quick shots. Their offense is unbalanced, and that's why Miami has regained control of this basketball game.
9:30 left in the game. Doubled. Mitchell doubled. And can't get it to go. Tap in by Dean Garrett.
Great work by Dean Garrett. His man left to go to block the shot. He slid to the open area. Nice tap in by Dean Garrett.
1 point Miami lead. 9:03 left in the game. Leonard with the ball, and he gets it inside to Alonzo Mourning. And outside to Willie Anderson. Ashburn. Hook takes the pass. Anderson with the good-looking rebound inside for Miami. Leonard lost the ball.
Willie Anderson, a very good offensive rebounder. He's tall and rangy.
Ronnie to Leonard to Mashburn. Quick double there. Good defense by Minnesota. Anderson for another three. He knocks it in again. The ninth three-point shot by Miami today, and they lead it 91-87.
That's what playoff teams will do. They will handle the great defensive pressure. The Timberwolves was playing great defense, but the Miami Heat was poised on offense to get that shot.
Porter to Marbury. Marbury into the baseline, and he takes it inside and comes up with two right there. He's got 22 today.
This might be Stephon Marbury's time to take over.
He may not have any other choice. Minnesota has just their second field goal on that shot by Marbury in this fourth quarter. And we've got almost 4 minutes gone.
And you always look for your team to be able to handle the pressure. As you see Stephon Marbury, who makes a nice, strong drive move to the baseline for 2 points. But the Miami Heat can handle the pressure because they practice this way against tough pressure every day.
I was just going to say, Minnesota's defense does not look that bad here.
It's great defense.
Mourning inside. Boy, he was whacked again. Into the cheerleaders goes Zoe. Got a foul called on Dean Garrett. At least they're making him feel it when they go inside.
You got to pound the big guy when he goes to the basket, but Alonzo Mourning is a big, strong individual, so he can handle the pounding from the Timberwolves.
Yes, this is the kind of playoff intensity you'll see here at the Target Center after the regular season. Operators are standing by right now to help you with your season tickets for next year, which with a little money down will buy you guaranteed spots for the playoffs this year. So call 612-337-DUNK. Operators standing by. You'll see the likes of teams like Miami in this building come playoff time with this kind of intensity, this kind of fervor. Miami leads by 3, make it 4.
But Kevin, somehow, some way, the Timberwolves have got to find a way to win this game.
You call this a must-win.
Yes, it is.
Garnett, 13 points, 5 of 15 from the field. Falls the defense of Mourning. There's a whistle. Illegal defense blown on Miami.
Illegal defense. First violation.
That's the first call against Pat Riley's crew. There's part ownership of the team. As part of his deal when he left the New York Knicks, Porter on Crotty. Foul down below, and they're going to get Anderson tangling with Mitchell outside the lane.
Against tough, strong defense, the Timberwolves must be made patient on the offensive end. Make 4 or 5 passes if you have to get a good shot at the basket.
7:15 to play. Minnesota shooting 48% from the field. Miami shooting 52% from the field. Picked off by Hardaway.
can't break down on offense. You can't rush yourself. Take your time.
13th turnover. Wild-looking pass or shot or whatever. I think it was a pass. And it got deflected and ricocheted, and it goes back to Minnesota. There's 7 to play in the game. Marbury into Garnett. Rams his way into Mashburn. Around Mourning and hands to Garrett, and it's off his hands. Turnover number 14 for the T-Wolves.
When you get that close to the basket, shoot the basketball.
Third quarter ended so promising. Fourth quarter has been a struggle. 93-89 Miami halfway through the fourth. The Minnesota Timberwolves have struggled in this fourth quarter. And Miami leads at 93-89. With 6:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. What do they got to do to get back in this? I mean, and like we mentioned before, the defense of Minnesota does not appear to be sagging, sloppy by any means.
Just remain composure. Play good, strong defense, and when you get to the offensive end, hold your poise against a strong defense from Miami.
And here comes Hardaway, 6.5 to play. Roddy will get the ball. Shot clock at 7. Mourning has it. On the post, into Garrett. Look at Alonzo. Wheel and put it in with a wonderful hook shot, and Miami has their biggest lead today, 95-89.
By having Alonzo Mourning back in the lineup, that gives the Miami Heat a go-to guy.
Shot clock at 2. Porter's got a fire. Rebound by Garrett, and a big one it was.
That's a great play by Dean Garrett.
Marbury, what a pass.
Nice pass by Stephon.
Marbury's got 9 assists and 22 points, and Dean Garrett has 12 points and 8 rebounds, but he is playing with 5 fouls.
In this situation now, when the ball goes inside to Alonzo, the Timberwolves must make someone else win the basketball game.
Hardaway right down the lane. Gugliotta fights for the ball, and a foul called on Hardaway.
Their defense now has got to be at its best.
Look at New Jersey. They won again. They beat Boston today. I mean, they are coming out very strong in the fourth quarter of this season.
Got some pretty good talent in New Jersey.
They do. You know, Calipari may indeed turn that thing around with the New Jersey Nets. The way Flip Saunders has turned it around here in Minnesota.
He's a college recruiter, so maybe he might be able to entice some key players to end up in New Jersey.
Well, he's going to have to. He has no choice. Time to play. Garnett. Oh, what a nice move inside by Kevin. And Minnesota comes to within 2.
It's a big-time move by Kevin Garnett.
4:59 to play.
This is where your defense must be very tough.
Anderson. Askins for 2, and he knocks it down. And Miami leads 98-93.
Great poise by the Miami Heat against a very tough defensive team right now by the Timberwolves.
They called it a 3, and now it's down to 2, so it's 97-93. 4-point game. Look at Gugliotta steamroll the defense. What a rebound by Anderson.
Got to get back on defense now.
Miami has got to be one of the most difficult teams to beat this late in the game with the lead. Anderson into Robinson. He slithers in the lane. Anderson can't get it to go. Rebound by Garnett. 4 minutes to play.
Be careful with the basketball. Take care of this basketball now. It's very precious.
Marbury in traffic. Caught by Garnett into Gugliotta. Fouled by Askins.
Nice tenacious work by the Timberwolves on the offensive glass to keep that ball alive. Nice hand fake by Tom Gugliotta.
They cannot play any other way right now.
They got to continue to play hard and play smart and be very aggressive.
Goes to the line for the Wolves, shooting 2.
Here's Tom Gugliotta, who today has played 35 minutes, had a great day shooting from the field, 7 of 12, good from the line, 3 of 4, 14 rebounds, 17 points. And this is a crucial free throw there. Minnesota from the line today, 21 of 29, 72%. Miami, 20 of 32. They've gone 62% from the free throw line.
At this time in the ball game, you got to shoot your free throws well, because guys like Gugliotta will have the ball in his hands a great deal.
Wolves leading rebounding, 40-29. 97-94, and here's a timeout taken by Miami. In a must-win situation for Minnesota. And 3:49 to play in the fourth. It's Miami 97 and Minnesota 94.
They talked about a must-win situation for this team. They played so well against the Pistons earlier and the Charlotte Hornets. They came down to a last 3 or 4 minutes of the ball game, and they broke down. Today, they must find a way to hold on and win this basketball game.
Hey, Trent, let me ask you a question. When you want to come to a Timberwolves game and go crazy, get rowdy and woolly, where do you go? Where do you sit?
The cage.
You do?
Yes.
Well, you know what? You can step inside and go wild with all those people in the cage. A special section of Target Center for just that kind of fan. Wild, woolly, and rowdy. They're woolly. Just asked to sit in the cage when you buy Timberwolves tickets at the box office. Ticketmaster locations, or call 612-989-5151. 3:40 left in the game. What a pass. Hardaway to Austin. No foul. Loose ball. Garnett picks it up.
That was great rotation by the Timberwolves.
3-point Miami lead. Garnett to Garrett, into Austin, and over Austin. And he can't get it to go. But he'll go to the free throw line. And a technical foul on Pat Riley. Now it can become a 3-point play.
This is a very key juncture in the ball game. Dean Garrett must be able to knock down these 2 free throws, and then the Timberwolves must be able to cash in on the technical foul.
Are you surprised that a coach with all the experience of a Pat Riley would allow himself to get that thrown on this late in the game?
Yes, I am very surprised.
Gugliotta is the best free throw shooter on the team. And he has to use body English to get that in. And a little smile on his face, something we have not seen in a while on him.
He was like, woof.
What? Woof. It's a 2-point game. Now the 2 foul shots come.
Big. I like the way the Wolves are playing, because Ike Austin had a free path to the basket, but the quick alertness by Garnett and Gugliotta to knock that ball away.
All right, Garrett with the free throw. Tom Hanneman has been about as close to Gugliotta over the last couple weeks as anybody time you've observed him. And here's a guy that has gone through a lot with the birth of the baby, and it's good to see the smile back on his face.
Yeah, I think finally having the pressure off, knowing that his daughter was healthy and his wife, Nikki, were good, understandably took a great deal of pressure off him. He returned to the type of play we'd seen earlier in Detroit.
A 3 for the lead, and he got it. That's Jamal Mashburn, and it's 100-97 Miami.
That's a big shot by Jamal Mashburn. Tim Hardaway coming off that pick and roll, drawing the defense, and making a nice pass.
Look at the defense now. Looks like Miami is tightening their screws just a bit.
They're going to trap the pick and roll.
Rebound, and a big one it is for Vashawn Leonard. He's got 7 rebounds and 20 points.
No need to panic by the Wolves. Take your time. There's still plenty of time left in this ball game.
2.5, down by 3. They need a defensive stop here. A 3 by Hardaway. Oh, what a killer by Hardaway! Miami by 6 with 2:22 to play.
Boy, that's a dagger.
Timeout, Minnesota. Hardaway with the knife. This is the Timberwolves Television Network. A couple of big-time threes by Miami. One by Mashburn right here. Broke a tie at 97. And then this one by Tim Hardaway. And a beauty it was. Put him up by 6 with 2:15 to play.
You can put the dagger in your heart.
Nice job by our people in the truck. Producer Skip Kruger and our director Mark Hershkowitz and our great crew here in Minneapolis. And out of bounds and off of Miami with 5 to shoot and 2:03 to play.
You can't take one bounce and pick up the basketball. Keep your bounce alive so you can make a move to the basket.
Wolves shooting 46%. Miami shooting 53. Gugliotta for 2. Oh, he hit it! What a shot by Gugliotta!
It's a big-time play by Tom Gugliotta. Now your defense must be at its very best.
Miami by 4. 1:50 to play. Hardaway, Ashburn, and they don't double him. Knocked away. Great defense by Tom Gugliotta. Marbury the other way. Stefan's all over the place. Look at him drive, and he can't get it to go. Rebound by Alonzo Mourning. 8 rebounds, 21 points off the bench. His first action in a month, and a foul called on Robinson.
Touchy foul in that situation. Stefan felt that he was hit when he went to the basket.
Hardaway leads this team in scoring and is the second leading free throw shooter on the ball club. And you can see with that backcourt, with 36 points, has done today in a combined 6 3-point bombs. It's been devastating.
They're very lethal. Hardaway can penetrate and score and beat you off the bounce, and then he can find Rashawn Leonard with that smooth stroke.
Wolves leading rebounding 42 to 31. Plus 11. Hardaway with it. 105-99. Back to a 6-point Miami lead. Now every possession, every dribble, every step on the floor is critical. Great find by Marbury. If you got that to go, boy, you have to look at the stars and thank the heavens.
It's been like Michael Jordan type.
Keith Haskins is 5th personal.
This is nice execution by the Wolves on the offensive end. As you see Googs going to the basket very strong.
Minnesota with the win goes to 500. But what has been most disturbing about the Timberwolves in the month of March, they've gone 4-7, is they have not beaten a winning team. They're 0-5 in the month. But look at how this team has done recently against teams that are over 500 as opposed to teams that are below 500. Now Broughton puts this together for us. 24-8 against teams they should be, which is where they should be, and just 9-26. So what they've done is they've made that second step, but now the third step is to beat the teams they're not supposed to beat.
You gotta try to take their game to the next level. But one thing you must realize, the great teams know how to win in the fourth quarter.
And the confidence a win like today with Yankees, Hardaway fumbles it away.
If they can find a way to win this game somehow, I believe that will help them get to that next level.
If they come back from behind and win this today, it will be truly remarkable. He may have to make it a benchmark game. Inside Marbury with a great pass from Tom Gugliotta.
You need players in the fourth quarter who can make good decisions with the basketball.
Leonard. Mashburn. Shot clock at 8.
You need to stop.
They got the isolation on Gugliotta. Mashburn up and in with a big play for Miami. Timeout, Minnesota.
Timeout, Minnesota.
They gambled with the one-on-one and did not double him, and they got burned.
That's why Pat Riley wanted Jamal Mashburn, because he can play one-on-one basketball.
Big play by Mashburn, who now has 16, and Miami leads by 4 on the Timberwolves television network. Big play here by Jamal Mashburn to put Miami up by 4.
This is why Pat Riley wanted this guy. He can beat you off the dribble down the stretch, and he can make baskets in clutch situations.
107-103 with Miami on top by 4, shooting 53%. Minnesota has allowed now 7 of the last 9 opponents to shoot 48% or above. That is not a good percentage.
Because of good positioning on the floor by the opposing team, they are getting good looks looks at the basket, and when you give great guys like Alonzo Mourning good positioning, they will shoot a very high percentage.
To the hole, and it will not go in. Out of bounds of Miami, 21 seconds to play, and no shot clock.
It's a strong move by Gugliotta, but Sam Mitchell working very hard to give his team another chance.
Gugliotta. Oh, he put in a great shot. It's good for two, and it's a two-point game. And a foul called on Minnesota as Miami inbounds.
There was no need to foul in that situation because you had Tim Hardaway pent on the baseline. Make him pass the ball out of the double team. As you see, Tom Gugliotta makes a very difficult shot against the defense of the Miami Heat.
You know what's most incredible about that shot? We'll look at it again after this first free throw by Hardaway if we can. Is normally you want your feet underneath you. His feet were to the side. Take a look at that shot. 17 seconds to play in the game. Here's Hardaway. Vehicle from the free throw line. Now 4 or 5. It's the free throw. Watch Gugliotta's feet on this shot, which have analyzed this.
That's just a quick catch and shoot. You know, pro players can make special things happen at crunch time.
That was an all-star shot, and 2 free throws by the 4-time all-star Hardaway has put Miami up by 4. We'll take a break. 17 seconds on the regular clock. This is the Minnesota Timberwolves Television Network. Miami by 4 over Minnesota, 109-105. 17 seconds to play in regulation. Miami has come back from as many as 11 down in the second quarter. Came back to tie it in the third at 71. And they eventually took a lead for the first time in the fourth quarter since 8.5 remained in the first quarter. A 3 by Gugliotta. Rebound by Hardaway, fouled inside. That may do it with 11 seconds remaining, and Miami up by 4. Let's quickly shift over to Tom Hanneman.
Well, Flip Saunders took quite a bit of time in the huddle trying to devise a play that initially did not include Tom Gugliotta taking the 3, but he felt he had the good look and went for it. Of course, they were going to foul immediately afterwards, but 11.7 seconds to go now. The Heat up 109-105, a tough position for Minnesota. They have played a great game this afternoon.
I don't think they needed a 3-point shot in that situation with 17.7 to go. Go to the basket first strong. If the defense collapse, then you can kick it out for a 3-point shot. But look to get the quick score first.
Well, now Miami leads by 5. And Trent, you called this a must-win. They're not going to win. Where does this put them now with games in Houston, Denver, Golden State, and Seattle coming up this week on the road?
But I believe if they can bring the same passion to the game this week, they can be very successful on this road trip.
It's funny, but sometimes games like this can reawaken a team, and this team needs to be reawakened. 3 by Marbury. That's down. Stefan's got 27. It's a 3-point game with 5 seconds to play, and quickly Leonard is fouled. Pat Riley has done an incredible job with this team in 2 years. And with this year's team, he will lead them today to their 51st win, their 6th consecutive win. And the majority of what they've done of late has been without Alonzo Mourning. And you can see today that Miami was in a dogfight against a fired-up and passionate Minnesota ball club. Leonard watches it go in. And he has had a big day with 21.
I mean, when you win 50 basketball games, it's by no accident. That lets you know that this team can play on the road.
It's the second. 5 seconds to play. Here comes Robinson. Wants the 3. Rebound by Nashburn. Miami wins their 6th consecutive game. They played tough and they played hard. If they get anything from this game, they get that, and they hopefully carry with them on the road into Texas and Colorado and out west. 113-108 the final. This is the Timberwolves Television Network. Back at the sold-out Target Center where the Miami Heat wins their 6th consecutive game, their 51st game overall, and their 28th game on the road. One of the best in the NBA. Miami leading the Atlantic Division by now a full game and a half over second place New York, beating Minnesota 113-108 in a game they trailed most of against the Wolves.
Their defense got strong in the fourth quarter, and when it got down to crunch time, they made the right plays, and they had guys who can deliver.
Time for today's play of the game. Answering the call was Jamal Mashburn, who had a series of big plays. This just one of them, a 3 from the corner. This play brought to you by AT&T Wireless Services, technology that sets you free.
With the score tied, Hardaway's penetration frees up Mashburn. He knocks down a huge 3-point shot.
Alonzo Mourning comes back. Miami wins. Where does this leave Minnesota now? 2 games below 500 with the rugged week on the road ahead of them.
They played so hard today and so well, but they came up on the short end. If they can carry this type of passion on the road, they will be okay.
For Trent Tucker, this is Kevin Harlan and our entire crew saying good afternoon from the Target Center. Tom Hanneman wraps it up after this. Miami wins it 113-108.